So this video is about managing your emotions at work. We've all been in one of those situations before. You know, when your favorite project is canceled after weeks of hard work, when a customer snaps at you unfairly, when your best friend is suddenly laid off, or your boss assigns you more work when you're already overloaded. In your personal life, your reactions to stressful situations like these might be to start shouting or to go hide in a corner. But at work, these types of behaviors can seriously harm your professional reputation as well as your productivity. Stressful situations are all too common in the workplace. That's facing budget cuts, staff layoffs, and department changes. It may become harder and harder to manage your emotions under these circumstances, but it's even more important for you to do so. After all, if management is forced to into making more layoffs, they could choose to keep those who can handle their emotions and work well under pressure. No matter what the situation is, you're always free to choose how you react to it. So how can you become better at handling your emotions and choosing your reactions at work? So common negative emotions at work. In 1997, Bond University professor of management Cynthia Fisher conducted a study called Emotions at Work. What do people feel and how should we measure it? According to Fisher's research, the most common negative emotions experienced in the workplace are as follows: frustration and irritation, worry and nervousness, anger and aggravation, dislike, and disappointment and unhappiness. So frustration usually occurs when you feel stuck or trapped or unable to move forward in some way. It could be caused by a colleague blocking your favorite project, a boss who is too disorganized to get into your meeting on time. Whatever the reason, it's important to deal with the feelings of frustration quickly because they can easily lead to more negative emotions, such as anger. Here are some suggestions for dealing with frustration. First, you might want to have to stop and evaluate. One of the best things you can do is mentally stop yourself and look at the situation. Ask yourself why you feel frustrated. Write it down and be specific. Then think of one positive thing about your current situation. For instance, if your boss is late for your meeting, then you have more time to prepare, or you could use that time to relax a little. Find something positive about the situation, and remember the last time you felt frustrated. Remember the last time frustrated, what you did, which means they're not doing. Your feelings of frustration or irritation probably didn't do much to solve the problem then, which means they're not doing anything for you right now. So the next one is worry and nervousness. With all the fear and anxiety that comes from increasing number of layoffs, it's no wonder that many people worry about their jobs. But this worry can easily get out of control if you allow it. So here are some tips to deal with worrying. Don't surround yourself with worry and anxiety. For example, if coworkers gather in the break room to gossip and talk about job cuts, then don't go there and worry with everyone else. Worrying tends to lead to more worrying. Try some deep breathing exercises. This helps slow your breathing and your heart rate. Breathe in slowly. Focus on how to improve your situation. If you fear being laid off and you sit there and worry, that probably won't help you to keep your job. And also write down your worries in a worry log. If you find that worries are churning around inside your head, write them down in a notebook or worry log. When you're worried and nervous about something, it can dent your self-confidence. Don't let your worries get in the way of being appropriately assertive. And then you have anger and aggression. Out of control anger is perhaps the most destructive emotion that people experience in the workplace. It's also the emotion that most of us don't handle very well. If you have trouble managing your temper at work, then learning to control it is one of the best things you can do. So, try these suggestions to control your anger. Watch out for early signs of anger. Only you know the danger signs when anger is building up. So learn to recognize them when they begin. Stopping your anger early is key. If you start to get angry, stop what you're doing. Close your eyes and practice the deep breathing exercise. This interrupts your angry thoughts. You can also picture yourself when you weren't angry. Some people like to buy fidget toys and they'll like a stress ball and they'll squeeze as hard as they can. If it helps, it helps. Dislike. We've all probably had someone within the company that we don't like, but it's important to be professional no matter what. So here are some ideas for the workplace for working with people you dislike. Be respectful. If you have to work with someone you don't get along with, then it's time to set aside your pride and ego. Treat the person with courtesy and respect as you would treat anyone else. Just because this person behaves in an unprofessional manner doesn't mean you should as well. Be assertive. If the other person is rude or unprofessional, then firmly explain that you refuse to be treated that way and calmly leave the situation. Remember, set the example. And finally, disappointment and unhappiness. Dealing with disappointment or unhappiness at work can be difficult. Of all the emotions you might feel at work, these are the most likely to impact productivity. If you've just suffered a major disappointment, your energy will probably be low. You might be afraid to take another risk, and all that may hold you back. Here are some proactive steps you can take to cope with disappointment. Look at your mindset, adjust your goal, record your thoughts, and just smile. So some key points to take away. We all have to learn to deal with negative emotions at work. Sometimes in learning how to cope with these feelings is now more important than ever. After all, negative emotions can spread, and no one wants to be around a person who adds negativity to a group. Know what causes your negative emotions and which types of feelings you face most often. When these emotions begin to appear, immediately start your strategy to interrupt the cycle. The longer you wait, the harder it will be to pull yourself away from negative thinking. So, thank you for listening. Bye.